Hello, today's video we have the following content.
Xiao Zhan becomes a rough guy. Ugly to a new level. Xiao Zhan's road to counterattack in 2024. Xiao Zhan is busy with the filming of his new album We and the movie The Legend of the Condor Heroes in 2024. He still insists on himself in the face of doubts and finally succeeds. After the mistakes in the commercial performance, he reflected on it and worked harder, showing tenacity and conveying positive values. In the bizarre world of the entertainment industry, Xiao Zhan can be said to be a scorching star, maneuvering in unparalleled 2024. Hey, have you heard? The importance of this year to him is just like a bowl of old Beijing noodles, thick and solid. At the beginning of the year, he joined the crew and was very busy. He was not only busy with the release of the new album We, but also the filming of the movie The Legend of the Condor Heroes, The Greatest Hero. If it were someone else, he would have been unable to hold on, but Xiao Zhan is the kind of guy who is full of fighting spirit. Dear listeners, do you know? This kid shuttles between various activities as if he is running a marathon. His pressure can be imagined. The expectations from the outside world are like a mountain pressing on his shoulders. But what he thought in his heart was, I have to do this well. It's really admirable. I heard that at a press conference, he was asked how to balance work and life. At that moment, his eyes flickered and he smiled and said, I'm just an ordinary person, just work hard. It seems simple, but there are so many bitterness and sweat behind it. There are really some episodes in the busy life. Once at the Milan Fashion Week, Xiao Zhan accidentally fell down. Oh, that scene was not small. The staff next to him were so scared that their hearts were raised to their throats, but he stood up with a smile and joked, I'm performing a new move, everyone applaud me. This sense of humor is really impressive. The audience was happy and posted on social platforms, praising him for really a kid who can turn pressure into laughter. But busy days are always accompanied by challenges. With the rapid development of the new album, some people began to question his musical ability, and some people compared him with other top singers. You say, this society is really like to compare people with each other, right? Xiao Zhan heard these rumors, although it seems nothing on the surface, but he can't help feeling uncomfortable. Someone talked to him privately, is this stressful? He said lightly, just be yourself, I don't care about the rest. It can be imagined that this persistence and courage are really touching. With the release of the new album We, Xiao Zhan's efforts have finally paid off. The album sold well, and everyone began to call him the Little Prince of Music. This kid, after years of training, finally ushered in his glorious moment at this moment. But who would have thought that behind the scenes, this achievement was not easy to come by? It is said that in order to prepare for this album, he practiced until late at night, and sometimes even had no time to eat. He really worked hard. While everyone was talking about his music career, he also went all out in the filming of the movie The Legend of the Condor Heroes, The Greatest Hero. Once when filming a fight scene, he fell several times for a move. The staff at the scene were distressed and asked him, does it hurt? Xiao Zhan smiled and said, no, it feels so good. This persistence and spirit of not fearing hardship are really admirable. However, the ending of the story is not as simple as everyone thinks. Just when everyone thought he would be smooth sailing, Xiao Zhan suffered an unexpected Waterloo. In a commercial performance, he made a mistake, the performance was not ideal, and the audience response was not as expected. Alice, I heard that after he went back that night, he closed the door and reflected silently, and those sharp voices were churning in his mind. But he didn't give up, but worked harder, which is what moved people. People often say that people standing on the cusp of the storm are always easily blown down by the wind. Xiao Zhan, however, uses his persistence to tell us what true tenacity is. His efforts will eventually shine at some point in the future. Through this experience, he not only gained success in music and acting, but also understood the meaning of life more deeply. In this challenging entertainment industry, Xiao Zhan's story is like a cup of thick bean juice, which is endless aftertaste. Everyone, after listening to this story, are you filled with emotion? Sometimes, success is not achieved overnight, but needs to be accumulated slowly through countless days and nights of hard work. We should also learn from his enthusiasm. Hard work is the kingly way. Xiao Zhan's blackening of Guojing has aroused heated discussions and has been praised for his professionalism. He responded to the controversy over male image and challenged the classic aesthetics. It is a high-risk gamble of self-breakthrough, which contrasts with Zhuang Dafei's version of Wang Rong and triggers discussions about beauty and actors. This buddy, from the most beautiful man in the world, directly transformed into a grassland tough guy. This span is bigger than my dream of going from a poor student to a top student. Don't rush to scold me for the title party, and listen to me carefully. This is not a simple blackening, but a self-sacrifice of the character. Think about it, how white can Guojing, a child who grew up in the Mongolian desert, be? Those little white-faced Guojings, tut-tut, are simply a blasphemy against Mr. Jin Yuang. This time, Xiao Zhan completely gave up his idol burden and ruined himself to death. I give 100 thumbs up for this professionalism. You know, in the entertainment industry where traffic is king, this is a decision that requires great courage. How many stars dare not even move a hair in order to maintain their personalities? This time, Xiao Zhan is really challenging himself and breaking through his comfort zone. This is not simply playing ugly, but a deep understanding and interpretation of the role. He tells us with his actions, a good actor is not afraid of being ugly. This reminds me of the controversy about Sissy that was popular a few years ago. Some people think that the male image should be masculine and tough, while others think it is a gender stereotype. Xiao Zhan's transformation this time also responds to this controversy to some extent. He proves with practical actions that the diversity of male images is the real charm. This is not just a matter of the entertainment industry, but also a change in social culture. Some people say that this is a tribute to the classics, while others say that this is a challenge to traditional aesthetics. I think both statements make sense. After all, the role of Guojing has long been deeply rooted in people's hearts, and people have already had a fixed image in their hearts. Xiao Zhan's subversive performance this time is both a tribute to the classics and a reinterpretation of the classics. It challenges our inherent aesthetics and broadens our understanding of the role. Of course, some people don't buy it. They think Xiao Zhan has become ugly this time and ruined the male god in their hearts. In this regard, I can only say that everyone has their own preferences. Aesthetics is inherently subjective. It's normal that others may not like what you like. But you can't deny other people's efforts and contributions just because of your own preferences. Having said that, this wave of operations is also a high-risk and high-return gamble for Xiao Zhan. If successful, he will create a more in-depth and layered character and consolidate his position as a powerful actor. If he fails, he may face the risk of declining reputation and even damage to his career. But no matter what the result is, he deserves our admiration. Because he dares to challenge, dares to break through, and dares to be himself. As for Wang Rong played by Zhuang Dafei, she is also eye-catching. She abandoned the cuteness of Wang Rong in previous versions and played a more independent and heroic female knight. This is in sharp contrast to Xiao Zhan's Guojing, and is more in line with the character traits of Wang Rong in the original work. These two people are simply a perfect match. In short, Xiao Zhan's blackening this time is not only a promotion of a movie, but also a discussion about aesthetics, roles, and self-breakthrough of actors. It makes us rethink what is true beauty, what is a good actor, and this may be the greatest significance of this movie. Finally, I would like to ask a question. Do you think Xiao Zhan's transformation into a villain was successful? Please leave a message in the comment section and discuss it together. Who knows, your comment may also be a big boost to the movie's box office. The trailer of The Legend of the Counter Heroes, The Greatest Hero has really exploded in the circle. Sui Hark made up his mind to let the popular young actor Xiao Zhan be a dark and rough man, which is quite a trick. You have to know that for traffic stars, image is the lifeblood, and not everyone dares to play such a gamble. The role of Guojing has always been difficult to play. He does not need to be handsome, but to let the audience see a simple-minded, well-developed limbs, but a loyal man in his bones. This time, Xiao Zhan has grasped everything from appearance to charm. Sui Hark's name is not given for nothing. He has made so many martial arts films in recent years, from New Shushan Swordsman to Wang Fihong, almost all of them have become classics. This time he made another bold attempt and directly chose a top streamer as the protagonist. In fact, Xiao Zhan is not just popular in the circle of young people. In 2019, The Untamed was a hit, but it was followed by a lot of criticism. His fans are too enthusiastic, and there have been many incidents online, which has damaged his reputation. But this time is different. In the trailer, Xiao Zhan doesn't look like the idol he used to be. His skin is tanned, His body is stronger, and his whole body exudes a sense of simplicity. How can he still be the young and handsome guy? Xiao Zhan has worked hard in recent years. His lines are much more solid than before, and his action scenes are also clean and neat. Netizens say that this time he really looks like Jet Li in his youth, and his chivalry and righteousness are really suitable for the role of Guo Jing. Tsui Hark didn't just bet on the actors this time. He also dug out a brand new storyline from the original work, which specifically tells the story of Guo Jing's experience in defending Zhangyang. This is not a simple heroic story, but a real martial arts epic. Speaking of Guo Jing defending Zhangyang, that is the most exciting chapter in his life. At this time, Guo Jing not only has reached the pinnacle of martial arts, but is also a general who has experienced many battles. With the 9-Yun manual and 18 palms of the dragon subduing, he is truly an expert among experts. The production team of this movie is also quite powerful. The special effects alone cost several hundred million yuan, just to restore the most realistic martial arts world. Watching Yu Yangfeng's toad skill in the trailer, the power is simply shocking, and the scenes of rolling sand and stones, people and horses falling down, make people excited. The cast is even more luxurious. Tony Leung plays Yu Yangfeng, Adu Choi plays Li Ping, and Hu Jun plays Huang Qigan. The appearance of each character is extremely restored. Especially the appearance of Genghis Khan, which is exactly the same as in the history textbook. This time Tsui Hark has invested a lot of money. Just looking at the production level of the trailer, you know that this The Legend of the Counter Heroes will not be too bad. The core theme of the movie is the greatest heroes serve the country and the people. With such a pattern and such a production team, it is really possible to become a dark horse in the Spring Festival.
Thank you for watching the video. If this is your first time watching a video, please subscribe to the channel, like and leave your comments to help us develop your channel.